Okay, well, this sculpture, the Barking Up the Right Tree sculpture, was created before and during the building and opening of the Millennium Gallery, and it was to celebrate the opening of the Millennium Gallery. The idea was I'd make a temporary piece out of cutlery that would last about 6 months. Here it is, 12 years later, still going, thanks to the reliability of old Ford Fiesta back window wiper motors. Yeah, the brief was to make a sculpture, make a large sculpture that has some kind of presence in the gallery space, or in this huge atrium space, out of cutlery. The gallery themselves organised donations bins, drop-off points for people to donate their cutlery, spare old items of cutlery, which said, your gallery needs you. And they managed to get me in total 5 wheelie bins full of knives, forks and spoons. I did a bit of research and I found some 15th century Persian engraving of Alexander the Great being basically told by a tree covered in heads that he was a big-headed and he was going to die a long way away from home. And also my partner and I had recently been to India, and in the town square of a place called Khajuraho, in the town square of this place there was a fabulous tree, not sure really what kind of tree it was, but it had this kind of fantastic tapering shape, which is what this tree here is based on. It took me about 2 months or so to complete. I was helped, I managed to get Tinsley Wire Company to sponsor me by giving me some wire mesh for free, which I formed the shape of it with. That was the easy bit. And then actually I had to experiment with joining cutlery together, and some of the ones, they look like metal handles, but they've got some kind of resin stuff inside, so if you try and weld them, they just burst. So most of these are stainless steel, and they're welded on. Some of the heads particularly have some proper old Sheffield EPNS. There was one woman who came along and pointed to one of the bread knives on the giraffe's neck and said, I cut my wedding cake with that 40 years ago. So that was, there's lots of personal involvement because people have donated stuff. I mean, I've got no idea at all, really, but if anybody wants it, they're perfectly free to come and count them, and if they get an answer, if they could report that to the gallery, that would be quite good. In fact, that could be a challenge. If people would like to come and count the cutlery, then once we get 50 results, we'll take an average. As a child, from the age of about 5, I started collecting cacti, and I always liked the shape and form of cacti, and this is kind of loosely based on an Echinocactus grusini, I think. But yeah, so I decided to do all the spines out of forks. They're all stainless steel on here, the forks. The flowers are EPNS. But they wanted something that didn't involve electricity, but which still had some kind of kinetic aspect to it. So inside the box at the bottom, there's lots of things like step xylophones, which are looking a bit battered nowadays, actually. Oh, cymbals. And so you get, as you put money in all the holes, you get a different note from each flower. The flowers are made, as I say, out of genuine Sheffield spoons. There's a hole in the top that people can put their 20 and 50 and £100 notes in if they want. Museum Sheffield is a charity, and it depends on people's donations to keep it running as a thing that's free for the people of Sheffield and everywhere to come and visit. So, and also it helps fund all the projects that they're doing, all the schools locally and everything. So please, whenever you're in, or if you can, donate. And if you're watching this on an Android phone, you can afford it.